Yeah. Let's see what he chooses to summon. Nothing seems especially strong here. Because he already has so it's the Teller Knights in the grave. Because they were all detached as Xyz materials. Except for, yeah, they're all detached as Xyz materials. So his alternate hand's live, and then he can put them in the grave with that Gusto Armor.
Oh, that's
back Tarnius, I assume.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Although the only monster he can Xyz summon, the only rank 5 he can summon with Mace is on his field, right? Pleiades?
Well, he also put back the Stellar Knight Constellar Diamond, so he could rank up into that, although it poses much less of a threat than what would be more interesting there is if so this exact situation, he doesn't put Constellar Knight or Stellar Knight Constellar Diamond under as an Xyz material, right? It's another Teller Knight. So then when Jarrell summons Rampengu and activates its effect, McDermott could have responded to summon Diamond, and then Diamond has a continuous effect that says your opponent can't send cards from their decks to the graveyard. So it would have mitigated Rampengu's effect. And it would have had him stuck with Rampengu in play, but I'm not necessarily sure if that's better or worse, because then it does eventually get banished by Dimensional Fissure, because it's not in his hand like this situation.
Certainly different line.
Yeah.
So it looks like he drew a card with Emerald, attacked directly with his monsters, and now plays back to Winston, who summoned Catahawk.
I'm giving it a quick read. One upside to playing Ritual of these seems to be that not many players are necessarily familiar with them, so not knowing how to combat them in the most optimal way, or as we saw last game using Raigeki when it was clearly a little less than optimal, could be a reason that Jarrell has found success so far in this tournament. We also saw Ritual Beast top the 150th YGO, correct?
Yes, we did. We saw the top 32.
Yeah, so
150th YGS.
McDermott breakthrough skills the Tomahawk. The play passes back to McDermott, and then during his main phase, he banishes Galaxy Cyclone to destroy Dimensional Fissure. Yeah,
that's okay. Looked like he did on his opponent's turn. But, yeah, Winston just passed without making any further play. And that's all it took. So yeah, so Winston is running a lot of monsters in his deck, 17 monsters, and a bunch of trap cards to try to counteract popular strategies. But didn't quite work with these ambush, despite the summon them, wasn't able to keep a monster on the table, and McDermott was able to defeat him pretty quickly in that duel.
Yeah. I was just talking earlier how I would have probably taken a more patient line of waiting with telling Autonomous to rank it up, but McDermott's play actually was probably one of the best he could have made there, completely setting Winston back that far without knowing, obviously not knowing that Winston's hand is full of monsters, so that he can't, just protect himself and then do the same thing next turn, etc. But because Winston had drawn so many monsters, the Pleiades punished him severely.
Yeah. I mean, he was probably very easily able to sense that Winston had a weak hand. Partially because of the plays up until that point, where Winston hadn't really been playing anything, and partially because he saw in Duel 1 that Winston is using cards like Dimensional Fissure and Copies of Mistake in lieu of cards that streamline the Ritual Beast strategy to summon as Catahawk quickly. Interestingly enough, we're about to enter Duel 3 and we have yet to see Ritual Beast ulti Catahawk hit the field. And that's usually one of the most popular cards summoned in Ritual Beast decks, because of the fact that it can search for cards to add to the hand, making it so consistent, the deck so consistent.
Yeah. Is that their main card advantage engine?
Typically, that's the card they use to optimize their options, pull the cards from the deck that they need, and add cards.
Yeah, and then winning the game, riding the cards that they got off.
Right. There's a lot of powerful cards that it can take, including Ritual Beast Steeds, which we actually also haven't seen, which can destroy all your opponent's monsters. It destroys monsters up to the number of Ritual Beasts you control, and Ritual Beast Ambush, which we have seen, and we did see was a turning point in Duel 1, which lets the player special summon a Tamer and a Spiritual Beast from the back zone and or graveyard.
Yeah, both Ritual Beast Steeds and Ritual Beast Ambush are very, very strong. So going back to side deck controls, just making sure you're switching again. It looked like he was considering signing out Dimensional Fissure there because I agree with, and I very much agree with that. I don't think that card's very strong against Satori Knight. All you really do is mitigate and call high, and besides that, they can detach monsters as like season materials. So unless they open very weak with like a Deneb, search Altair, no way to protect their Deneb, and you're able to activate D-Fissure and just destroy the Deneb, banish it so they can't Altair it back. Dimensional Fissure doesn't really have the same value here as it does against decks like Burning Abyss, Shadal, etc.
That's a good point, because even with Altair, especially someone from the graveyard, or Haunted, especially someone from the graveyard, you're right, a lot of those monsters that are sent to the graveyard are sent there as Exceed materials, and as players may or may not know, an Exceed material is not on the field, so when it would be sent to the graveyard, it's not sent from the field to the graveyard, so it's just, it will still remain in the graveyard.
Specifically with Dimensional Fissure, it doesn't matter where it's sent from, it's the fact that the Exceed materials aren't monsters.
Oh, okay, that,
yeah.
You're correct. Because they're not monsters, it's sent to the graveyard.
Yeah, indeed. And then, even though Dimensional Fissure isn't necessarily the best, I would most definitely keep in Macrocosmos.
Yes, Macrocosmos sends all cards to the graveyard, so even Exceed materials will be sent there.
Yeah, just banishing every card. So, at any point, Winston draws Macrocosmos, if he's able to force McDermott into summoning his monsters and then banishing from the grave, like depleting his graveyard full of resources, then that could be a good way for Winston to win. Let's see, he drew another hand. He has Raigeki, Ritual Beast Steeds, and 3 monsters.
3 monsters we can't yet identify. Yeah, that hand would be good.
Emergency teleport?
Really?
McDermott opened Missile trap card for Winston isn't going to be enough. I don't see this hand. Oh, Qliphort the army. So this hand's pretty good. Missile Space Typhoon. Being able to clear away Winston's single trap and reinforcements aren't going to find a Deneb. He also has Alpha. And Call of the Haunted. So McDermott's hand is very, very strong, assuming that Winston can't pull off a lot of acceleration to push him through, but because
¿Y hace esa madre? Puede derrotar un monstruo planta. ¿Cómo cae? Yo me acordé de la vieja la novia. Dale, que tuviera mover todo en caliente, güey. Aquí voy a hacer de eso. Eso voy a hacer. No, si teníamos para mover. Efecto de ahí, cuando eso estaba de medio, la puedo comprar. Puedo declarar un nivel de 1 ley. Cállate. Si usa la torre, güey. Cállate. Este güey usa torre, se pasa de de hecho, juega matona. Si no te mencionas, a perro que alguien se la va a pedir con material. No, creían que te la va a caer de la mano, pero no, pues sí se puede con guardia. Así se puede remover, ¿no? Básicamente no es una afectada. Pero si ya está en Qliphort, capaz por la verga. ¿Qué más? O sea, si está en Qliphort y cae ella, no le hace Qliphort. Tiene que. No le hace. Ah, solo le hace. No afecta nada, entonces. No afecta nada. Se cae y se la atormentador, obelisco, sí.
Si bajas un mono bien, pero en la serie de Yuki, eso es lo que hacía. Si bajas un mono gigante, o lo que está, no puedes destruir batalla, no se me hace falta que después destruir batalla.
Regresar y vamos a la también.
Hey, ¿vamos a jugar o qué?
Efecto de llenas a la derecha, la derecha, como invocar a estos baños. Perfecto. Robo cuando es un monstruo blanco, robo una carta. Efecto de él, cuando se sabe en el cementerio, añade una vez que sirvan a mi mano.
Aquí 1, 2, 3.
Pueden enviar una placa y lo mismo. Y al siguiente mi hijo, mira,
No buscas, por ahí checamos, porque cuando, o sea, sí puedes hacer el efecto, pero no puedes, o sea, aunque tengas que enviar las removidas, pero no buscas. Sí, tiene que ser mandado al cementerio.
Por eso, pero porque con gato y qué diferencia tiene, pero ¿cómo este güey?
Ahí lo tenía.
Se envía al cementerio, güey.
No, pero así todo eso. Sí, o sea, con el bloque de
este güey no se va a remover la
o sea, no llega al cementerio. O sea, seguro que estaba leyendo, pues, como no llega al cementerio, no está activo. Pero pues aquí dice, güey, ¿cómo tampoco agrega? Aquí dice si esta carta es mandada al cementerio. Pero pues, si no puede ser. Si me la tramposa la verga, imagínate cuántas palabras así a la verga. Ya se va a caer, me va a dar. Pero la carta dice, si esta carta es mandada para el cementerio, tú vas a quedar más para el cementerio. Una máquina que está.
Salió, pero no sé, quiero un saludo. No lo cambies. Tengo una de estas.
Todo para dejar efecto. ¿Qué ver más? O sea, si ya tengo que. ¿Ya terminaron? Ya, más.
Este morro que anda ido, güey.
Yes, there are 2 copies of Alpha. Ours ability.
Algo que vas a hacer, lo irás a hacer.
No puedo hacer de tiro más porque no le damos, si no.
Yes, Zelda, so it's actually worked out perfectly for McDermott.
Yeah, I believe drew the 3rd copy of Starting with Alpha.
That was incredible.
Yes, especially because he can make an exceed with his 2 altars here if he wanted, or just 2 of his 3 Stellar Knights, and then from there leave 1 face up so that he contributed away for the Alpha. But he's going to use all 3. Oh, he's probably going to make Trevere. Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. And also get a card out of it. And then he also has, because you contribute the Trevere for the Stellar Nova Alpha, that's still a profitable exchange. And just reusing that call on. It's unfortunate because I don't think he has another.
Oh, he has Minecraft.
Yeah, this is also just great.
If he doesn't get rid of the Elder from Winston's hand, he can name the Elder with Minecraft and just discard it on his next turn. Helios, now he can also name the Elder with Minecraft. Winston's down to no cards. So, virtually down to no cards. He technically has a card.
Yeah, but with Minecraft dealing with that, and then Stellar Nova Alpha dealing with whatever he draws.
And now he also gets to see the trap stun that Winston just picked up. That won't do much.
Yeah, it seems like
And he could destroy him. He will destroy it with that Galaxy Cycle too. He want to keep the Crapstone off the field since you have a live Stellar Nova Alpha face down.
Yeah, I agree.
As well as breakthrough skill.
Yeah, even if you change it, then McDermott can chain Call of the Haunted in response.
You can do that, that's true.
So it doesn't even...
And it looks like he's considering it. He claims to Call the Haunted. Call the Haunted will resolve, bring back teleport. And then the Crapstone will resolve, negate the Call of the Haunted. Does that mean that the monster's fate is no longer linked to the fate of the Call of the Haunted? For this turn.
For this turn, the effect of Call of Haunted is negated. It doesn't do anything to the...
But next turn, if you
but Vega's most likely not looking for this field, as he'll probably be using Season 2.
Right. I don't think Winston's long for this duel.
So we agree with that. With 3,900 life points, it doesn't
yep.
I believe they're just discussing how to call them, as we mentioned before. Yeah. Realizing that it's just...
And there's the up there.
Yeah, going
with Vega's effect, special summon. Or no, looks like
no, he's just normal something main face doing. Looks like he's going to Cowboy for some extra style points.
He already activated.
Yeah. Using the effect of So with less than impressive showing, Jarrell gets his first loss in the tournament, correct?
Yes, both of these players were undefeated, so they're not out of it yet. It was a close match. It was a 2-1 match. And yeah, as I mentioned before, since they are both undefeated, this is not over for Jarrell Winston. He's still in the tournament, and she can keep winning and still make it into the top 64 cut. Brian McDermott is also competing in this tournament with his currently undefeated record using his Teller Knight deck. So that's it for round 3. We'll have the playback with Ellen Thomas and Marcelo Parisi coming up for you to watch from our round 2 feature match. And
Es que si me ven la voz con los platos, va a bueno, si quieres te tengo que salir contigo. Por eso, homosexual. We got you down. Pero Navarro.